Hey everybody, welcome back to Quick Anatomy and Physiology, A&P lessons in 5 minutes or less. I am John Shabelsky. So this lesson is got a lot of information. So pardon me if I speak pretty quickly, a lot to get through, and I only have 5 minutes. So yeah, without further ado, let's get going. So we're going to talk about the second part of major body regions, and we're going to look at the abdominal region. So if we look back at last time, we started with the axial region, and the axial region had to do with the center of the body. Okay, so it had to deal with these these bones here. We had the head was part of the axial region, the neck, and then the trunk. And what we did was we divided the trunk into the upper half, which was the thoracic region, and then the lower half with the abdominal region, and this was our natural divider and our diaphragm. So today we're going to be talking about the abdominal region. So there's two ways to look at the abdominal region. We have this 9-region way or the quadrants. And the reason we use the 9 regions here is to describe locations of organs. So if we go through, these are really all logically named here. So even these lines are really logically named. So this is the subcostal line. Sub means below, and costal means ribs. So this is the line that lies below the ribs. Then you have the intertubercular line, the line that goes in between. That's what inter means, in between the tubercles of the ilium. Okay, and then you have the midclavicular line. If this line went on and on forever, it would go right in between the middle of our clavicle, our collarbone there. Then you have the regions. So hypo means below, and chondra means cartilage. So this is the right region below the costal cartilage. That's what this stuff is here. You have the epigastric region, the region above the stomach. Epi means above, gastric means stomach. Then you have the left hypogastric region, obviously. Then you have the lumbar region. If we got rid of these organs here, you'd see that these are lumbar vertebrae. Lumbar means pertaining to the abdominal segment of the torso. So here you got the right and the left lumbar region. This is the umbilical region. This is where our umbilical cord is, and it's aptly named because that's where our umbilical cord is. You know, that cord that attaches the fetus connects the fetus to the mother, and that's where the fetus gets its nutrients. Then you have the right inguinal or iliac region. Inguinal means groin, so this is where your groin is, or iliac meaning pertaining to the ilium. So you have the right and left iliac region or inguinal region, and then you have the hypogastric, which is the region below the stomach. Okay, then these ones are super easily named, and the reason you would use the quadrants is to describe the site of abdominal pain. So you have the right upper quadrant, the right lower quadrant, the left upper quadrant, and the left lower quadrant. So what you will want to know is what each region is. So you should be able to, if this was blanked out, you'd be able to label each region. Like I said, the 9-region way was a good way to describe locations of some organs. So that's what we'll do. And as we go through it, what I want you to do is just kind of say what the region is before we get in. So this is our right hypochondriac region. So it has the liver, obviously. You got the gallbladder that's kind of below the liver. The right kidney, you have left kidney on that side as well. And then you have the small intestine. Okay, so then this one was the epigastric region. Very good. And then you have the stomach, and the liver is there too. You got underlying here is the pancreas and the spleen. You have the adrenal glands on top of the kidneys, and then you have the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine there. And then if this was the right, this is obviously the left. You got the spleen, the colon. The spleen is still over here. Spleen kind of takes up both of these regions. The colon is the colon is right here. The left kidney, obviously, and the pancreas underneath the stomach there. And then you have this region, which is your lumbar, right? And then so you got part of your gallbladder still and part of your liver still. Then you got your right or ascending colon. You have the umbilical region. Has the umbilicus, the duodenum, jejunum, and the ileum, all parts of the small intestines, right? In the left lumbar region, obviously, you have the descending colon, and the left kidney makes part of that. You have the inguinal, the right inguinal, which makes up your cecum, that part of the colon there, and the appendix, kind of that finger-like attachment to it. You got the hypogastric, you got the bladder, the female reproductive or sigmoid colon, and it's going to go off. It's going to be really obnoxious. Okay, and then the reproductive organs, and then you have, obviously, the left inguinal or iliac, which has the descending colon and the sigmoid colon. So you don't need to know, specifically each organ where the layout is. Maybe as you get into this more advanced anatomy classes, maybe obviously if you're going to medical school or PA school or something like that, you probably want to know, or a nurse practitioner or something like that. Being a nurse too, probably. But obviously you want to know the general layout. You got the liver on your right side, and you got your stomach on more of your left. And more in that epigastric region. Underneath your liver, you have your gallbladder, and your small intestines are really in the center of you here, and you got your colon that's kind of going through all these regions. Obviously, your bladder is below here. So you'll want to know some of these. Definitely your liver. You want to know that you have 2 kidneys, one on either side. You want to know your stomach, the pancreas probably, and the spleen. Really important too. But not something that I would test you on. And then those are our figures there. So thank you for attending the lesson here. Make sure you take the quiz, and I will see you back next time. Thanks a lot.